the 2 best credit cards if you have bad or no credit in 2022. So I've been talking a little bit about credit recently, and that it's not too bad if you use it correctly and combine it with disciplined spending and a solid financial plan. Oftentimes, that talk sort of misses people who, for various reasons, may have gotten themselves into a bad spot financially. Maybe you find yourself with bad payment history or just bad credit in general, and are looking for a way to dig yourself out of this hole and improve your credit overall. Well, in this video, I'm going to go into the best credit cards if you find yourself in that situation. After introductions, of course. You're watching Finance Squared, and I'm Derek West on this channel. We love talking about all things personal finance, including crypto, stocks, and credit. And debt is a big topic on here as well. If that sort of thing is your thing, let the community know in the comments down below. This is about all of us improving our finances together. And subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video when they drop. And let's not forget about lovingly, tenderly, gently smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Let's get started. Now, I wanted to get this discussion out of the way in the beginning of the video so you have a foundation for building good credit. So that when I go over the best credit cards, you're not left wondering about the fundamentals. Sometimes finance guys skip these fundamentals and dive into the good stuff first, and I think that can be a little bit of a disservice to the viewer. And what I mean is that building credit is about building the confidence of financial institutions in you. That is to say, letting people that have money know that lending you money is going to make them and you money, or at the very least profitable for both parties. The more confidence they have in you, the more easily they will lend you money. Their confidence in you grows when you pay your bills on time. Their confidence in you grows when you know you're not going to pay your bill on time, but you communicate that with them before you miss your payment and you ask for an extension. Their confidence in you grows when you have lots of credit and you use it judiciously. In other words, you're not constantly carrying a balance at or above 20 to 30% of your total available credit. Their confidence in you grows if you don't seem like you're desperate for more credit, constantly applying for more and more credit cards. So no matter what your credit situation is, you want to think of your credit utilization as confidence building so that you can be given money to eventually start building wealth using leverage, which is essentially what building wealth via real estate is, which frankly, a lot of people are aiming for when they want to get good credit. They want to be in a position where they can get a decent interest rate for a loan to buy a home. Hopefully they're looking to buy a home as an investment, but even buying a house to live in is a better investment than renting. But here's where you get into the credit catch-22. You need to have good credit to get good credit, but to have good credit, you need to have a credit card. Well, how do you get out of that credit loop? Well, the thing is, it's not necessarily true. As long as you pay your bills on time, and those bills are being reported to credit reporting agencies, then you technically can build your credit over time to a decent amount, roughly just over the 700s. But if you want to take it to the next level, there are credit cards out there for people in just your situation. In fact, there are 2 types of credit cards just for you: the secured and the unsecured credit card. A secured credit card is basically you putting down a deposit to get the credit card. And oftentimes, your credit limit is equal to the deposit. So in many ways, it functions very much like a debit card. If you're delinquent on your payments, they just take the money out of the deposit. However, when you pay your credit card bills on time, because these payments are being reported to the credit reporting bureaus, so the impact on your credit score is much greater than with the debit card. Of the 2 types of cards that one could get, the secured card is the easiest to obtain if you have had a checkered credit history. There are some providers who will not pull your credit history, which also means that your credit score will not be hurt by applying. Meaning that in general, secured credit cards are easy to apply for and get approved for, combined with the fact that they generally have lower fees than the unsecured variety, which is all the better for building a positive credit history. Now, when it comes to specific cards you want to apply for, the Capital One Platinum Secured credit card is generally the best of the bunch. With a minimum deposit as little as $49 and up to $200 with no annual fee or no monthly fee, it's a good credit card to get started building that credit confidence. Then there's the Discover It Secured credit card, which is usually up there in the discussion of what is the best secured credit card for someone trying to build their credit. It's normally number 1 in lists like this because of the fact that it has 0 annual fees, and it gives you 2% cash back on up to $1,000 spent at gas stations and restaurants each quarter, and 1% back on all other purchases. Not only that, it doubles all the rewards that you earn the first year. Like the Capital One Platinum Secured card, it does require a deposit, which starts at $200 and goes up. That to me is the only thing that makes it tied with the Capital One Secured card. It is indeed very good for the benefits that you get, but that higher barrier of entry can be limiting if you're just getting started building your credit. Then there are other secured credit cards out there that are pretty good for the particular situation that you find yourself in. Like, for example, the Amazon.com Secured credit card. Now, if you're a frequent Amazon shopper, then that might be a card you want to consider. Namely because it has 0 annual fees. plus the deposit you would need to put down is just $100. Also, if you're a Prime member, you can earn 2% back on purchases made. If you want a secured credit card with no credit check, then you can't go wrong with the Open Sky Secured Visa credit card. Like I said, no credit check when applying. Now this will help your credit score if you've been struggling in that department. It does have a $35 annual fee and a refundable security deposit of at least $200. So yeah, not great. But if you're just looking to build credit and your credit score is so low you can't afford a credit inquiry, don't be ashamed of that. Everybody starts somewhere on their journey to their goals. But if that is your situation, then this might be the way to go. Let's talk about the second type of credit card you can get. While secured credit cards are the most popular option for getting your credit score off the mat, there are unsecured options that you can choose from. Now there are trade-offs to getting unsecured cards versus secured cards. For one, you need to go through a credit check. In addition to that, they're harder to get approved for, and there are usually more fees associated with them. Other than that, they make a good option for someone trying to build their credit while getting some okay perks and rewards at the same time. A point that must be taken into account here is that the interest rates on these types of cards can be downright outrageous. The reasoning being that you're already at high credit risk. Plus, you're not putting a down payment to secure the credit card. This is a riskier proposition to the issuer. So it goes without saying that you should not carry a balance on these credit cards for just about any reason. That's frankly true of credit cards in general. In my personal experience, just don't carry a balance month to month if you want to be a real credit Jedi. And what do I mean when I say carrying a balance? I'm talking about putting a purchase on a credit card that you don't pay off within the month that you purchase it. That is, you put a purchase on your credit card and you pay it back as soon as you get the money to pay it back. Then you don't pay interest on that purchase. That is especially useful when the interest rates on these cards can be outrageously high. An example of these types of cards that you can get include the Pedal No Annual Fee Visa Credit Card. It lets you build credit with no security deposit and no annual fee required. Your credit limit can range from $300 to $5,000, and you can qualify for a credit limit increase when you make on-time payments for at least 6 months. Best of all, the Pedal One No Annual Fee Visa Credit Card considers alternate data like banking history for approvals, so credit mistakes from the past don't hold as much weight. Maybe you're a student and you have no credit history. Well, in that case, you need to build that credit history, and there's a credit card for that as well. The Discover It Student Cashback Card can help you build that credit. This card offers 5% cashback in rewards on up to $1,500 spent in quarterly bonus categories, as well as 1% back on everything else you buy. Similar to its secured credit card version, Discover will even double all the rewards you've earned after the first year, and topping it all off, there is no annual fee. Whether you go with secured or unsecured credit cards to build your credit, you need to keep some things in mind if you're building up your credit with bad or no credit history. First things first, you want to catch up on your late payments. Your first priority before you get on the road to better credit is to catch up with any payments that you may have missed. Not only will it let creditors know that you are serious about improving, it will put you in a better position to be approved when you do apply. Plus, you don't want to just keep adding on to your obligations by just adding one more card into the mix. Another thing to keep in mind, like with a lot of things, you need to shop around for the best deals that make the most sense to you. Depending on where you are in your credit journey, it might be that an unsecured one makes the most sense. Just know where you are on your journey and where you want to be, and that will help to determine how you get there. And the fees and interest rates on different cards can vary dramatically. Secured cards have higher approvals and low fees, so stick with them initially when trying to build up your credit. And let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the two types of credit cards for people with bad credit. We're all dying to know what your thoughts are on the matter. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on videos just like this when they drop. Also like this video if you like this video, and share with your finance savvy friends, and even the ones who just don't have a clue. This video is probably going to be very important to them as a matter of fact. And remember, a goal without a plan is a wish. A goal with a plan and no action, well, that's just a wish list. Take it easy, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Peace.